Hello and welcome back, everyone. So I think I mentioned I was going to do this one first. I actually decided I want to do this piece first. This piece is just so complicated. I feel like it's a good way to end the series. So why don't we take care of the easier pieces first. So what I'm going to do is, in object mode, I'm going to hit Shift A and add a cylinder. And I just want to make sure it's at the center of the map. So once again, Shift S, cursor to center, Shift A, add a cylinder. There it is. I'm going to go into side view, RX90, scale it way down, and position it here. And I guess we're going to need one on both sides. So why don't we add a mirror modifier and break it down the middle. So I'm going to move this up. Z, B, X, delete vertices, select everything and pull it apart like that. And I guess we don't need clipping because it's not connected in the center. Alright, so that gave us half of the cylinder here. S, Y, and I was hoping I could get away with just kind of scaling these together. Looks like that's not going to work, so why don't we try grabbing these and creating another wing loop here. And my plan is to just bring these in so that they're hidden behind the rest of the geometry. So grab that, and just drag it into the model. And this part comes down here. Oh, and I need to bring this whole thing out more too. Alright, so we're making progress. Bring these in more. And I'm just going to dissolve this edge here. It's not really doing anything. That's looking better. Alright, so now we need to round out the edge here. Now when I scale this in, you'll notice how it's scaled in toward the median point. I think we're going to want to scale in like into the weapon so that these points don't actually come out. So I'm going to set the 3D cursor over here, Shift S, cursor to selected, and now we can scale toward the 3D cursor. Like so. Scale in. And then F to cap the face. I'm not going to bother with that cutout in this video. If you guys want to see like a bunch more cutouts like here and like all these special details, that'll come later. Let me know if you want to see that. I'm not sure if anyone is still following this series. I think we've been going for a couple hours. So this is definitely one of the more detailed things that I've created. So who knows if anyone is still listening. Alright, so I'm going to create another edge loop here. I'm going to grab all these vertices and move them down. We can set the pivot point back to median. And we want these to sort of go together. So I'm going to bring all this down slightly. Maybe not. Why don't we just try bringing this up? I think that was the correct choice there. Alright, so this part's looking a little bit ugly, but that's fine. If we wanted to, we could actually recreate this using a cylinder. But I think that is good enough. So what happens at the end of this? It just kind of tapers off, it looks like. Here is a better view of that. Alright, so what we're going to do is just do a similar trick where we scale in. So grab the whole ring, actually just grab 2 points, Shift S, cursor to selected, pivot around the 3D cursor, grab the edge, extrude out, and F to create a face. And there you go. Now I'm trying to examine how to fix this piece. We've got these weird diagonals here that aren't in the reference image. It looks to me like we can just cut that off. So why don't we grab the main weapon. I'm going to hide this piece. And basically what I want to do is just break these apart so that this hangs out up here and this kind of just goes away. So I'm going to grab these vertices and hit V to rip them. And then maybe just delete these vertices. Now I just want to patch this up, so I'll create a ring loop here. Pull this back. I'm going to delete this face, extrude this across, create a face here, whoops, just here. And at some point, it will be hidden behind this. So we just kind of have to clean up the bottom and the top part now. So once again, we can hide that guy. Just delete this face. Take these S, Y, 0. And then I'll just reconnect these here. Go back to median point for the pivot. And the reason I'm taking this so far over is because we've got this shaded part here. So if we can, we might as well match it up. Alright, so now these faces can be connected. I'm actually going to delete this vertex here. Alright, so now we can bring this guy down, delete this edge, and actually bring this down too. Alright, so finally that gap is repaired. And I'm going to join these at last. Merge at last. Whoops. At last. There we go. Alt H to unhide this piece. Now I'm just going to move these down and out of the way. Right here it's going to come out more. And so this is out a little bit further than this. So this x coordinate is going to come out to here, and then it's going to cut in there. So I'm just going to manage that in the next video. But for now, we just want these to be kind of out of the way. I'm also going to delete these and these. And SX0. And I don't know what the hell happened there. That is bad news. Go into face selection mode and delete that face. I think that must have happened when I right-clicked and then control right-clicked to a different spot. Sometimes Blender just kind of freaks out with that and it gets totally the wrong vertex. Alright, so I think we cleaned it up enough that in the next video we can make this piece and everything will just kind of come together. It seems like the shading on this piece is a little strange. I'm wondering if that is just the ambient occlusion. It is not. So we need to fix that. So what's going on here? I'm just going to grab all of these and SX0. relative to the median point. Oh, somehow we have snapping enabled. That is not good. SX0. SX0. SZ0. SZ0. Alright, well I don't know why that is shading differently across those. It might be because it's smooth. Flat. Okay, so that's the issue. So one side was smooth. There we go.